Give it just a second. Go. Good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. I'm going to talk to you for just a few minutes here while I wait for everybody to gather, and then we're going to do some work together. Now, I'm talking about the energy tools and techniques that I use, and tapping is one of the big ones. You've probably found me from my YouTube videos and done a little bit of that, and it helped you feel better, and so you bounced into this group. And today is going to be a little live work. It is just Facebook Live. I don't get to see or hear you, but you can see and hear me. And I want us to consider that these mind-body tools are not weird or woo-woo. I want you to consider the possibility that these are actually a new type of technology, that these are brain technology. And when you start to think about it that way, it changes how you feel about a lot of things. For instance, someone was kind of making fun of adjusting your chakras the other day. Oops, hang on just a second. I unplugged me. Nope, didn't want to do that. Sorry, didn't mean to do that. And the chakra system is a part of your external energy system. And these are places where information is being exchanged. They're information systems, portals. So it's not, and things are always being sent and received through those. It's not weird or woo-woo, and I see those, a lot of people do. So let's look at this in a different way. Now, I believe that the big advances, this is why I want us to look at it this way. The big advances for humans, for our species, are not going to be from electric cars or better cell phones. I think the new advances, the big things coming for us, are going to involve better understanding and accessing and utilizing our own internal processes. Because we're not what we think we are. We are not. We're eternal, we're powerful, we're designed to create. And learning how to use some of these mind-body tools is a big step forward for us. Huge. Okay, let me see what I've got here. Let's see if I've got anything in the chat. Whoops, we'll look here. If you are on watching live, I'm just looking down at my phone to see here what I've got going on. If you're here watching live, go ahead and ask in the chat if you'd like some help. Be brave. I don't bite. This is your chance to get some expert help, because I'm going to work with you in the chat with this, with whatever it is you need help with today. So let's see, I've got 3 of you in here. Okay. I want to do a little, while I'm still waiting here, I'm going to do a little resistance tapping, because nobody is asking for help just yet. So, and I do take new people to this type of live work first, but we'll see. Let's see who we have on here. Let's start at the top of the head and say, just tap along with me. I've got some resistance to doing this work, and I'm not quite sure why. Maybe I'm uncomfortable asking for help. Maybe I don't feel like I deserve help. Maybe I don't feel like this is going to help. I choose to allow myself to understand that all of those thoughts are just resistance. They're my resistance to accepting help, my resistance to feeling better. I give myself permission to relax now, and to know that it's safe to ask for help. it's safe for me to receive help because I completely love and accept myself. I open myself to the power of this group today. It feels good to be here. I profoundly love and accept myself. Hold your wrist points and breathe. Peace. Okay, now, okay, here we go. Oh, made my nose itch. All right, so here we go. Kaylin is first up. Legs, knees, hips first, chakra stuff. Okay, we're going to need to pick one. And Socorro, good morning. Fatigue. Okay. All right, Kaylin. I want you to pick one. Just pick one thing, Kaylin, if you would. Whatever is most pulling at you today. And I want you to get quiet, close your eyes, take a breath, hold it, blow it out. And now looking at what you have going on, whether it's legs, hips, you're going to have to be the judge of that. You're the one who lives in that body. I want you to look at that body part from the inside and allow yourself to see what was going on in your life right before that particular pain started. And I think you'll see it pretty quickly. What was going on in your life right before that started? Okay, so right hip, okay? I have to scroll to see this. I miss the old chat settings in Facebook where I could just see them right beside. Now I have to scroll. It's not very convenient. Okay, so right hip. All right, so tell that hip that we're going to give it some help. And take a breath and open your eyes. Now drop in the chat, if you could, quickly, briefly, a brief description of what was going on in your life before that pain in the hip started. What event, what relationship, what was going on? Because it'll be personal or professional, something along those lines. And as you describe that, I want to know what emotions you've got around that, because that's where the juice is to work with these things. And now while we wait for Kaylin to put that in there, I'm going to try doing this two at a time. And I see I've got more of you now watching. If you'd like some help, drop it in the chat. I usually have time to do about 4 people. And so pop in and, okay. All right, Socorro, I want you to get in touch with the fatigue. Well, now, wait a minute, just a minute here. Okay, Kaylin says, I don't know. It's just frustrated because I don't know. Okay. All right. Go ahead and in your mind, just give that a number. And we'll just do a little tapping around frustration. That may be, and that may be the best we can do today. That's okay. So let's just, everybody tap. If you're on this call live or in replay, you want to tap for everybody's stuff. And the reason is that all of us human beings are connected because we all feel exactly the same emotions. We come equipped with the same set. So when we're tapping for one person, for instance, this case, hip pain and frustration, you may feel your shoulder better because all of a sudden, we've let go of that thing, that emotion that was stuck there for you. So you always receive a hidden surprise benefit. It's called borrowing benefits. And so let's just tap. And just making note of your number, Kaylin. You can put it in the chat later. I don't need it now. I've got all this pain in my right hip, but I choose to be okay anyway. I'm really frustrated with this pain in my hip, but I completely love and accept myself anyway. Even though I am tremendously frustrated by this pain and with this pain, I choose to be okay anyway because I completely love and accept myself. And I'm open to shifting my perspective on this now. I don't know why my hip hurts. I can't get in touch with it at all. All I know is that I'm really frustrated about it. So I'm going to give myself permission to understand that holding on to all this frustration keeps me from having any clarity around this problem. My frustration is a good distraction. It keeps me from really looking at the problem. So while I'm feeling frustrated, now that I understand that this is probably me not wanting to look at the problem, I give myself permission to let go of some of this frustration. Because I do want some clarity around this. I would like to feel better. Oh, but then I have to look at this thing that I don't want to look at. That doesn't feel very good. I allow myself to understand that I'm human. And that whatever this is that I don't feel comfortable looking at, it's not anything unique. It's just an indication that I'm human. And because I do profoundly love and accept myself, I give myself permission to let go of the frustration. All the frustration around this hip pain, all the frustration that I'm holding with myself, so that I can begin to see what the problem really is. I allow myself to understand that this problem showed up, and because I couldn't think of any way to solve it, it was better just to not look at it. I had a lot of emotions around that. I stuck it all in my hip. Give myself permission to let go of frustration and pain now. Because I do completely love and accept myself. And I love my hip. Peace. Okay. All right, if you would, Kellen, drop in the chat what your number was before and after and how that tapping landed for you. And I'm not going to wait around for that. We're going to move on and give, let's see here, what do we got here? Socorro, some help with fatigue. Oh, come on, chat, let's scroll here. Okay. And if you have not been on one of these calls before and you're watching, I take new people's requests first. If I don't have new people requesting, I will go ahead and help whoever's in the chat. But if you're watching and would like some live help, this is your time to ask. I'm here for you. All right, Sheena, yeah, unless I have another new person here, you'll be next up with eye stuff. All right, so Socorro. Well, this chat is scrolly weird. Okay, Kaylin says a 10 and now it's a 6. Definitely lots of energy moving. Frustration is a distraction. Yeah, it is. You'll want to come back and probably watch this live again and do that again to get some clarity around that. But that's well done. That's over a 40% drop in your pain level. Good for you. All right. Oh, and Socorro says, I feel better. Okay. All right, we're still going to do some tapping for you, dear. That, yes, that is a great example of borrowing benefits. And you may have been using fatigue to keep yourself from seeing what the issue really was for you. Oh gosh, okay, and Socorro now says, I discovered what was causing the fatigue. Yeah, and that would be from doing that round of tapping that we just did. Okay, so Socorro, let's go a little deeper with you because you're here and I'm here. What was causing your fatigue? Go ahead and drop that in the chat and let's work with that thing. Now that you don't have the distraction anymore, let's help you with what you saw causing it. Go ahead and drop that in the chat. Good for you. This is exactly and perfectly the way I like these to go. Good examples all the way around. So, yay, go us. So let us know, if you would, please, what you saw, what it is in there, so that we can work with that thing that was causing the fatigue that you were using as a distraction from looking at that thing. If you're comfortable letting us know with that. And if you're not, just put I'm not comfortable in here and I'll move on. But it seems a shame not to go ahead and work with that in here because, you know, we're here. Okay, only to check too much investment. Okay, I don't understand what that means. Okay, Deb, all right, Deb, 2 clients. Okay, Deb, we'll get to yours here in a minute. All right, hang on. Socorro, I don't understand. 2 clients? What do you, I don't know what that means. Only 2 clients. Okay, you're going to need to be more descriptive there. You only have 2 clients and you want more clients and you're worried about clients, or these 2 clients are a problem. I don't understand what that's one of the problems of working here on this where I can't actually hear you. You can't tell me, you've got to write to me. So tell me what this thing is with the only 2 clients. Much investment. Okay, all right, I'm just going to guess here at this. You've invested a bunch and you've only got 2 clients and you're feeling like that. Okay, that's an out of balance thing. All right, let's do a little tapping here for that because I think we can. Okay, I'm a therapist. All right, thank you. Yes, okay, I get it. Okay, here we go. Socorro, everybody tap for this because in the same way that she just got some great clarity around what the problem was around her fatigue, you're going to get some help from tapping for this. So, Socorro, and everybody tap. Everybody tap. I've been experiencing fatigue, and I now see why. But I'm open to shifting my perspective now. I've been using fatigue to distract myself from this thing that I'm really worried about. But I give myself permission to relax because I do profoundly love and accept myself. I'm a therapist and I have a big investment in this business. All this training. And yet I only have 2 clients. And it's not enough. I give myself permission to understand that if I want more clients, I have to be open to more clients. And if all I'm experiencing is those feelings of not enough, not enough, not enough, then I'm putting that energy into the world. I'm putting that energy into the 2 clients I've already got, which makes it harder to help them. And I'm completely blocking the energy of getting more clients. And I'm here to help people. It's my job. So now I give myself permission to get clear about what's really under the lack of clients. What am I really afraid of? There has to be a reason. Am I afraid of having to support myself in some way? Am I afraid of being overwhelmed by too many clients? Am I afraid I'm not good enough to help my clients? I allow myself to let go of the fatigue that's keeping me from getting clarity around this. Because I want to be of help to people. I give myself permission to really look at that now. What part of me is stopping me? And why? Because I completely love and accept myself. Peace. Okay, now we all go through periods where we shut off the flow of, it could be clients, could be money, it could be almost anything. And we do that because something triggers us to feel that that thing is unsafe. So Socorro, let us know how that landed for you. Drop it in the chat. And, oops, let me be sure it's scrolling here. Yeah, let us know how that landed. Okay, let's do, I think everybody has been in here before, so let's see. All right. Sorry, it takes a little bit to scroll through this. All right, Sheena, let's do a little work for your eyes. I'm thinking about this just a moment and connecting with this. Okay, Sheena, drop in the chat what was going on in your life. And I think that this, because I've worked with you on one of these before, I think this is just a continuation of COVID lockdowns and things to do with your job and things that you are not wanting to look at happening in the world and in your life. I don't think you've got anything wrong with your eyes, frankly. I mean, I'm looking at you. I don't think there's any problem there. I don't think there's anything wrong. But when we don't want to look at something, our vision gets blurry and it's not consistent. Your vision, eye doctors don't tell you this, but your vision may change dramatically from 1 hour to the next in a given day. It's measurable. And it depends on what you are looking at, because that is consumption. We think of consumption as being what we're eating or drinking, but it is also what we are seeing and what we are hearing. And so when we've got problems with those parts of our sensory apparatus, we want to look at what it is that's triggering us. So Sheena, drop in the chat what it is. Okay, let's see. Oh, Kaylin just typed in, she said, okay, I got a huge release from that. I have more clarity. It's the I'm not enough thing. I won't have enough to support myself, even though I work really hard. Okay, yeah, the notion of working hard, yeah, let go of that. Okay, and Socorro says, my daughter had already told me the same thing. Fear if I didn't have the guts to deal with other people's issues. Okay, we'll talk about that more in just a minute, because it doesn't have to do with guts. All right, Sheena, my eyes are causing all sorts of issues, including the dizziness I was experiencing. Of course, anxiety doesn't help. Okay, your eyes are not the issue. Your eyes are not the problem. Your eyes are showing up and getting your attention so that you will look at the problem. And again, this is the distraction. Okay, let's do some tapping, everybody, because today is all around getting clarity. Not really, and she says, not really sure what is causing it, emotional, having a hard time with uncertainty. Yeah, okay. All right. This whole live today is around uncertainty and clarity, and how these physical things that are showing up in our lives, pain, fatigue, eye problems, are all showing up as distractions to keep us from looking at what is really the problem. But they're also serving to remind us that we are supposed to look at the problem. So it's all around getting some clarity. So let's do a little tapping here, Sheena. I've got all these problems with my eyes, and I think they're making me dizzy. And my eyes are all the problem. But I choose to be okay anyway, because I completely love and accept myself. And I'm open to shifting my perspective about this now, because I do completely love and accept myself. And I love my eyes. Scroll here. Got to scroll back up a minute here. I give myself permission to understand that maybe there's really nothing wrong with my eyes. Oh, yes, there is. My eyes are the problem. My eyes are causing all of my problems. Maybe the answer is just to remove my eyes. Then I would be fine. So now I'm going to step back a little bit and consider that my eyes are pointing out something I am not dealing with. I don't like uncertainty. I like things to be set in stone. I like to know exactly what's going to happen today and tomorrow. And because I am living in a human body, it doesn't always go the way I expect. Change is the way of all things. But I am not comfortable changing. And I am really uncomfortable with change. And because I see so many things changing around me, I can't even stand to look at it, which has caused visual disturbance and dizziness. And the anxiety feeds all of that. So I allow myself to get some clarity about one specific step and thing that I can take today to feel better. Just one. I don't want to overwhelm myself. It's safe to do one thing, to see one thing clearly, and to work with that one thing. I don't want to work with all of the things. That's too much. I can come back and do this tapping again after I've worked with one thing, and then I can work with another thing. I allow myself to be gentle with myself as I let this one thing that I want to work with and see clearly come to light. It's safe to see this thing clearly. Because seeing it clearly is the first step toward finding a solution for me so that I can feel better. Because I do completely love and accept myself. And I love my eyes. Peace. Okay. Let's see where we are on time. Oh yeah, we're good on time. Okay. All right. Give me just a second here. I'm sorry. It's a little challenging to scroll back and forth through all this. But I'm getting out and it's not scrolling. Come on, chat. You can do it. Oh, that's interesting. My chat has stopped scrolling. And there we go. Okay. Sheena, if you would, drop in there how that landed for you. Just drop that in the chat. And Deb, we're going to do some work for you here in just a minute. But what I want is to, because Sakura said a thing, she's a therapist, she's in here. And by the way, in this group, I am honored. We have lots and lots and lots of people in this group who are engaged in the healing arts. They're therapists, they're doctors, they're nurses, they are energy workers, light workers, healers, Reiki people. They're everybody in here. The majority of the people in this group, I actually now think, are here because they desire to help others. And it's an honor to have all of you here. But when you feel like you don't have the guts to deal with other people's issues, that implies that you've got an attachment to an outcome. And if you've got the training and skills and people are coming to you, and you're thinking, well, I can't fix this for them. I just want to fix this. I want you to understand that I talk about this a lot. You are not the one doing the healing. Never. Never, never. I am not the one doing the healing. The people that I am working with, all of you and my clients, 100% of the healing is happening with and being done by that person, not me. You need to get yourself out of the way, Socorro. Get yourself out of the way of this. Your job is to open the door so that people can see and get clarity around their issues exactly the way we just did with you. I hope this makes sense. It is not your job to fix them. It's not. It's your job to open the door and guide them toward wellness, toward wholeness. So you've got to get yourself out of the way. Stop being attached to this outcome. Stop thinking it's all your responsibility. It isn't. It is not. And let me know. I hope that makes sense. Let me know. All right. Now I'm going to, my chat isn't scrolling very well here. All right. Get a drink of water here. We're going to do some tapping for Deb for a tooth issue, tongue issue, tooth issue. Okay. And I have time for one other probably after that. So if you're on this live and would like some help, this is your chance. Drop it in the chat. All right. Deb says, I broke my tooth 2 years ago and took a month to get in with a dentist because it was COVID times. Okay, yeah. My tongue kept pushing on that area. It was the bottom front tooth. Front tooth. Okay, now I have the nervous habit of my tongue moving and pushing on my teeth. Could you please help with something to calm my tongue and mouth and jaw, to calm them down? I think I'm holding a lot of tension in my mouth, jaw, and face in general. Okay, let me look at this just a second for you, Deb. I want to just take a minute and connect with you with that. Okay. Deb, if you would drop in the chat, what was going on in your life? I mean, was it simply COVID going on and upsetting you right before the tooth thing? Or did you have other stuff going on? Look for emotional things, relationship things, work things, things that made you frightened, sad or mad or scared. What was going on in the weeks and or month or so leading up to that tooth problem? Drop that in the chat because that's really where the juice is. What was going on in your life then? That's what we're looking for. So if you'll drop that in the chat. Okay. And Angela, hello, good morning. Bad headaches due to brain surgery. Okay. All right. Well, you'll be last tapping of the day and we'll get that done. All right. So mindlessly eating popcorn. No? Okay. When my tooth broke. It was right at the heart of the lockdowns and all the stress of what was going on with the new COVID. Okay. Okay, Deb, let's just start here. Because just a minute. Stress is not an emotion. Stress is a response to an emotion. So let me see if I can just get this. I broke my bottom front tooth. And I did it eating popcorn. Because I was eating it mindlessly. I choose to be okay anyway. If I had been focused on eating the popcorn and really paying attention to it, I'm sure I wouldn't have broken my tooth. But it was that mindless eating that did it. But I completely love and accept myself anyway. Even though I think I've got a lot of emotional stuff going on. And it might have had something to do with both the tooth and the mindless eating of popcorn. I completely love and accept myself. And I'm open to shifting my perspective on this now. I know that there is some emotional thing going on underneath there. And I have proof of it because that tooth has been repaired. But the problem didn't go away. My tongue is still pushing there. And I've got all this pain in my jaw and my face. Because there were emotional things that I couldn't face at that time. The COVID lockdowns really scared me. It was fear at a deep level. Fear about survival. Fear about loss of income. Restriction. Frustration. A lot of fear about getting sick. I give myself permission to be a little kinder to myself. And to know that a lot of people reacted to COVID lockdowns this way. I haven't been very compassionate to me. I allow myself to relax. What if there really isn't anything to be afraid of anymore? It's safe to let go of all that stress and tension that I've stored in my mouth, in my jaw, and in my face. I'm still here, and I'm okay. My tooth is fine now. So I give myself permission to get clarity around the emotions that I'm still feeling. And to understand that these symptoms I have going on are my body speaking to me. So I allow myself to relax and be open to listening without a sense of judgment. I'm human. I have emotions. It's nothing to be ashamed of, nothing to be frightened of. I allow myself to relax and release because I completely love and accept myself. And I love all parts of me, even the ones that are scared. Peace. Maybe my nose itch. Okay. Deb, if you would drop in the chat, let us know how that landed. And Angela, let's move into some work for you. Fear of death, pain, suffering. Okay, yeah. Okay, Kaylin is asking, huge benefit from the last one too. Question, when you have done a lot of work around a lot of different issues, but none of them seem to be getting better. They do, and then they go back. Yeah, I see clearly now. It's a resistance. Well, it's a resistance, Kaylin, to looking at what's really underneath the stuff. And we as humans are not designed to be able to see ourselves clearly. We all need each other, which is one of the reasons that I do this work. You're going to have more help. You are not, I would say if you've done a lot of work over a long period of time, you're not going to be able to get to the bottom of it on your own. That just because you're not supposed to. You're going to need to see a practitioner, me or someone else, or pop into my group, pop into Breakthrough. That's actually a really good fit for many. I work live in my membership group, Breakthrough. I work live on Zoom where I can actually hear you guys too. And I do that 4.5 hours a month. I do that we meet the first 3 Wednesdays of every month. So you may want to check that out. Okay. Yeah, and Deb says, who we just have for lockdown emotions needed to come out. Yes, they did. They did. All right, Angela. Bad headaches due to a lot of brain surgeries. All right, Angela, do you have a headache right now? Let's look at that. If you have a headache right now, give it a number between 0 and 10, with 10 being agony and 0 being none. If you don't have a headache right now, that's okay too. Just drop in the chat what you have. And we're going to do some work for you. Okay, yes, it's an 8. Okay. All right, Angela. Okay. Okay, let me connect with that just a moment here. Okay. All right, let's just start out here on the side of the hand. I have all this pain in my head. I have a terrible headache. And I'm not sure I can say I love and accept myself. But I do choose to be okay anyway. Even though I've got a terrible headache right now. I'm going to say this even though I don't believe it. I completely love and accept myself. And I honor all the reasons that I may be resisting saying that. Okay, top of the head. I have a terrible headache. And I think the reason for that may be that I've had a lot of brain surgeries. But what if it has to do more with the way I feel about those surgeries emotionally than it does with the surgeries themselves? I allow myself to understand that every single cell in my body is replaced over a 7-year period. That I actually have remarkable healing ability. But my emotions around the brain surgeries And the reasons for those surgeries may be causing the pain. It doesn't feel safe to look at those emotions. I may never have felt safe looking at those, let alone expressing them. I allow myself to see clearly that I have a lot of fear, and a lot of anger and frustration that I've been holding on to for a long time. And I'm open to the possibility that these are just human. They won't kill me. But it's safe to experience and release these now. It's safe to let go of the pain in my head. As I honor the fact that my body is actually remarkable. I'm still here. I've been through a lot. I allow myself to relax and release this pain in my head. It's safe to let it go now. I choose to fill my head and my brain with peace and calm. Because that feels better. Because I completely love and accept myself. And I love my head and my brain. Peace. Okay. All right, Angela, if you would drop in the chat how you're feeling now, how that landed for you. Let me see if I can. Let me see if my chat will scroll. Okay, there we go. All right, you started at an 8, Angela. Let's see what number you've got now, how that tapping landed, and how you're feeling. And Sakura's oh, you're welcome, Sakura. Yeah. So many of us in this group are helping others, and we've got to do our own work. Don't ever forget, you've got to do your own work and keep yourself clear. Okay, Angela says, I feel nauseous. Okay. All right. Where is your pain level, and what emotions are you feeling? Look at your pain level and look at the emotions you may be feeling. That's where we want to look. Because sometimes, when you've had lots and lots of things, as you are describing in there, when you start to let those go, it's going to trigger another physical feeling in your body. Okay, so your pain level is higher, or is that 9 for nausea? I can't talk to you. I don't know what we have going on here. Let's do just a little bit more, everybody, for Angela, because I can't tell from where you're just dropping a number in there. It's not safe for me to let go of this pain. It's not safe for me in the world. I'm not safe, but I choose to be okay anyway. Even though it's not safe for me to be here in my body, and I've got pain and nausea, I completely love and accept myself. And I honor all the reasons why I might feel unsafe. I don't feel safe. I may have never felt safe. I wonder if it's possible that I am actually a powerful eternal being. That there's no such thing as death. And that right now I'm living in this human body and I'm having the experience of pain and nausea. And I feel like I'm being punished for being here. I feel like I'm being punished for even existing. I allow myself to understand that because I am an eternal being, and I am here now in physical form, it is my birthright to live with joy. I deserve to be here. It's not necessary for me to experience pain or nausea. It's safe to let those go. As I begin to look at this as a bigger thing. I give myself permission to be here. And to know that I am the authority in my life. It's safe to let go of pain. It's safe to be me in my body. Because I do completely love and accept myself. It's safe to let go of the pain. I release any need to be tortured or punished. It's safe for me to be here. I am loved. And I choose to love myself. Peace. Okay. Angela, go ahead and drop in the chat. I hope that helped. Let us know how that went for you, how that tapping landed. And occasionally that happens when we're actually on an issue. Sometimes the pain level increases rather than decreases. This is a temporary thing. I see that with one-on-one clients, not often, but occasionally. And it's your body going, yep, that's it, we're on it. So yeah, let us know how that landed for you. Oh, it's down here just a bit. See, how's everybody feeling? Everybody check in. because this was a lot of clarity. A lot of this work dovetailed into the next one. It was fun and interesting. I love when that happens. So everybody, how are you feeling now? Okay, Angela now says 7. Thanks. Okay, that's a good drop. That's a good drop. You should come back and do this replay again and see if you can calm it down a little bit more. I would encourage you to do that. So, okay, everybody. Cool. All right. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for being vulnerable enough to show up and ask for help and to accept some help. It was great to be here. And I look forward to seeing you again here. I don't have a date for May yet. I'm not sure I'm going to be live here again until June. We'll see. Depends on how things are going. If you are interested in some live work with me, as I said, Breakthrough is where you want to be. That is my membership group. It is a paid group. You can join that for less than $97. It's $97 a month. It's less than $100 a month. It is a great way to get a whole lot of help and feel way better. It's not a big investment. It's not a big commitment. You can drop out whenever you want. And right now, you can actually join and have your first month for only $47. It is a wonderful deal. I would encourage you to check out Breakthrough. I'll put the link above this live. So, as always, so much love for you here. I look forward to seeing you again soon. Be sure you keep taking advantage of the things I put in this group almost every day. I intuitively check in, and I put one of my videos in there every day. Do the tapping in that video. I'm checking in with the energy of you. You're a member of this group. Do the tapping in that video, even if you think it's not your issue. Pay attention. Do the work. Take a beauty break. Look at something that's beautiful. I put those in here often. It changes your brain at a very deep level. These are neurochemical changes. There's a lot of help for you here, but you have to use it and take advantage of it. So, see you soon, guys.